Hey class, so I'm doing my assignment on a painting called Forgiven. This is not a painting that was initially made for a liturgical setting. However, in many churches I've been to, these free church traditions that I grew up in, I've seen this painting, and although I haven't grown up in the most traditionally rich churches, so I haven't been able to see a lot of stuff that is older and has a lot of tradition behind it, or stuff that really was made for a liturgical setting. This one really speaks to me, so I decided to do that on this. I'm sure many of you have seen the painting as well, but it's by a man named Thomas Blackshear, and he really influenced by first Southern influence, as you'll see on my sheet that I'll post a picture of. He grew up in Atlanta. Then he had a Northern influence from where he went to school in Chicago. African American experience. Much of his artwork, any type of artwork that he does, a lot of it is of the African American experience, or it's for African American art. So it's huge. That's hugely influential in his artwork. Let's see, the Academy of Art in Chicago, where he went to school, and then he kind of contemporary art and illustrations is kind of where he's coming from. Experience in mainstream work, and art. He does work and illustrations for, not just church fittingness, which this art piece and this painting does fit into church settings, but much of his artwork, he's done stuff for Star Wars and Star Trek and things like that, so that's kind of cool. So I think that influences him as well in the way he does work. And then evangelical tradition, so emphasis on grace and forgiveness in that tradition, which most of his illustrations are in evangelical churches, probably free church, traditional churches. And then Christ is the mediator of that grace and forgiveness. So again, not something that might have been made initially for a liturgical setting, but it's something that I've seen in church, and it's been used as a painting outside a sanctuary before entering, that has really evoked a lot of emotion in me, as it's obvious, you can see in the painting. So thank you.